I want a website like Apple. If I got $1 for every time I hear this sentence, I could probably afford the new Mac wheels right now. But for reals though, no excuses here. Today we're gonna design and build a website like Apple. Hi, I'm Bart, and together with Dave we create Overskill, a channel where we want to inspire you and energize you to just create better looking, awesome interfaces. Back to the topic of this sweet episode, how does one actually design a website like Apple? Let's start with research. We can see that if we say website like Apple, that's a pretty broad spectrum. Like, we have a typical e-commerce here, and what is more important in our case, we have presentations. When we open the presentation, let's say iPad Air, we can see a sweet presentation. Oh my god, so good. Like, I just scroll and scroll. Like, it's all flowing and there's not a single seam. If you don't know what a seam is, this is a seam. And this. See Apple? No seams. It's a seamless experience. So I learned this. To get the Apple look, one has to showcase a product and its features seamlessly. Goosebumps, people. Okay, the idea. I started browsing the web to find inspiration for the style of 1984 Mac ad campaign. I collected some of it in the folder. I didn't even use any fancy mood boarding techniques. Inspired by this site, I thought, what if the old Mac from 1984 was released today? And how would you show in 1984 that something works? Simple as this. You might as well just make it say hello. At least that's what Steve Jobs did in his presentation.
It's warm and it's playful and it needs to say hello. It needs to say hello because it can.
But you know, like, who'd listen to this dude? I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't mean it. It was just a joke. Okay. The idea in my head was super simple, and I didn't really do any previous design in Figma or any UI design tool. There was just one thing that I needed: renders. So I went to blendswap.com and downloaded this super simple model and started playing with it. The author did most of the job with the modeling here. Kudos to you. The idea was, I want the animation to start and show hello, like the computer was just starting up. And then, to get the seamless transition between sections, I decided to create this effect of light flooding the screen to make room for a message, which is copied too. I spent a lot of time tweaking the animation, tweaking the lights, just to get a simple effect of the scene being lit up from around the product. At some point I felt I was really overkilling it. So I simply rendered the animation in JPEG and called it a day for this part. So the last part of preparing assets was turning this sequence of frames into an animation that I would control and scroll, just like Apple does it. To do that, I used Body Moving, also known as Lottie plugin, that is able to export almost anything into JSON and simply make an animation out of that. So we went through the research, ideation, and to build the actual website, I used Webflow. And I love this tool so much. Oh my god. So, love it. I wanted a beautifully rendered animation and a seamless transition. The Mac was supposed to appear out of pitch dark and say hello to us. Then the Think Different slogan would appear right after that. And then on scroll, the slogan would move out of the way and showcase our product. Then we invite users to dive right into this brave new world of computer magic. The more they scroll, the lighter everything gets until it's fully lit. This is where the second section enters. Okay, so since we're on this topic, I did try to do a funky animation where a hand would be clicking on the mouse. It fell flat. Kicked it out, kept it simple, right? So 2 sections. I won't go into the details of how I timed my animation and so on and so on. This is the result. Here it is. "1984, ladies and gentlemen. I had so much fun working on this exercise. And now the big question is, would I do it for my client? Should you do it for your client? Should you design a website like Apple? As always, it depends. As you may have noticed, the majority of this website was actually art direction. Even if you scroll hard, I will still make sure you see exactly what I want you to see. Even if it's not a video, like you cannot just click and skip it. No, it's a full-blown presentation where you just scroll and you see everything. That's what makes it beautiful. To actually create it, you need to wear so many hats. Like from direction to 3D modeling, 3D rendering, programming even. To tell you how much it took me to create just the animation, 1 hour of setting up the scene and like 4 hours of tweaking. There are so many things that can go wrong here. We need a beautiful render and a seamless transition between sections. If only one of the elements is falling flat, the whole presentation will fall flat. You will not have an Apple website. To design such a site, it means teamwork. You basically need to team up with a lot of talented people. That's the secret of Apple. They have no problem with doing all the photorealistic stuff with animation. No, it's when should we show what? How long should we make users see, let's say, iPad? How long is enough? I have learned so much doing this exercise. If I were to design a website like Apple for my clients, I'd first make it very clear that there's no Apple website without beautiful renders. This is what I would really love to know when I started out. I saw these websites and I thought, oh my god, if they did it, I definitely I can do it too. Except, no, sorry. If you use the PNG, move it around, will it be an Apple website? Not really, but it's still gonna be beautiful, it's gonna be yours, and yeah. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you can learn more about beautiful interfaces, UX, and design in general. Thank you and see you in another episode.